I wanted to see whether I could make beer using the vegetable scraps that I collected over a month of cooking at home. Now this is something I do sometimes. I'll collect all my vegetable scraps and then keep them in the freezer. And then once I have enough, I'll throw them all into a pot to boil into a vegetable stock to use in soup, ramen, or even kimchi. This time though, I wanted to try something a little bit different because I've been dabbling in a little bit of experimental, quote unquote, beer making. And while I could try make the beers that I actually like, I figured the reason I like those beers is because the guys that make them so well. So instead, let's make fun, interesting, or even cursed beers. But I do want to remind everyone, I am not a beer brewer and this video is not a guide to making beer. Now I went over this more specifically in my previous video, which I'll link in the description, but I'll briefly go over how I started this beer again. I started off by making my vegetable stock. I had accumulated about 1.5 bags of vegetable scraps and a few frozen fruits. And just over the top of my head, I think I had onions, garlic, broccoli, celery, daikon radish, and I think I even saw lemon as well. I added all of those vegetables into a pot of water and then brought it up to a boil before adding my sugar. Now for beer, usually malted barley is used, but that would involve holding this beer at 60 degrees Celsius to convert the starches in the malted barley into sugar. But to simplify things, I decided to use dried malt extract, or DME for short, which is essentially the same thing, except I don't need to do the whole process of converting starch into sugar. I added the DME to the vegetable stock and mixed everything together to dissolve it. And I added enough that if this were to ferment completely, that I would have a beer that would be at about 5 to 6% ABV. I also measured out some hops, and for this I'm only using one type of hop, which is some Amarillo hops that I had in my freezer already. I added half of my measured hops to the vegetable stock and then set a timer for 45 minutes to allow the vegetable stock to boil. After 45 minutes, I added the other half of my hops and then let the beer simmer for another 15 minutes. Now the hops that are boiled for longer will provide the bitterness for the beer, while the hops added near the end and only boiled for a few minutes should add more aroma to my beer. Not that I think any of this would really matter in this case, in this beer, but I'm gonna try and make this beer as beer-like as possible. So from this point on, anything that touches this beer needs to be sanitized, otherwise I run the risk of contamination, which could ruin my beer. So I sanitized the container and a mesh bag so I could separate the solids from my beer. I decided to measure out the sugar levels just to check if I'd still be getting 5 to 6% ABV, and things still checked out. Looking back on this now, checking the sugar levels of the beer while it was still hot was probably not a great idea, as the results can be inaccurate because of the heat, but that's a lesson learned that I can apply in the future. So the beer was still a little too hot to add my yeast to just yet, so I sprayed down some ice packs with sanitizer and dropped them into my beer to lower the temperature. But they didn't last very long as they completely defrosted after a few minutes and my beer was still too hot. So I decided to close up my fermenter and leave this overnight to cool down to room temperature. And the next day I popped into the studio to add the yeast to the vegetable broth beer, which was a Saf Ale US 05 yeast that I already had. Now out of the brewing yeast I had in my kitchen, I chose this one because according to the manufacturer, this yeast produces neutral, well-balanced, clean and crispy ales, which should help the vegetables shine through. After adding my yeast, I closed up the fermenter again and then set this fermenting in a fairly temperature stable spot in my studio. At first, this was fermenting quite well. At least that's what I could see from the gas escaping through the airlock in the top of the fermenter. But then all of a sudden the bubbles stopped, and much too soon in my opinion. But I still left it another week or so because I thought maybe this fermenter wasn't completely airtight and gas was escaping through somewhere else in the fermenter. Because to be honest, I've had this problem in the past before and it hasn't really affected my ferments as much because there's still pressure pushing out the gas from the fermenter, so no outside air is actually making it into the fermenter. But after about 2 weeks, which is usually a sufficient amount of time for something like this to be mostly done fermenting, I decided to check how much sugar was left in the beer. Because this would give me a good idea of how much alcohol has been produced, and there was a bit more sugar left over than I was hoping, which would have made this about 3 to 4% ABV with just a bit of sweetness. But I figured that doesn't sound too bad, so I decided to rack this into another container. And I just filmed a few vertical videos and forgot to turn my camera back to landscape for this one part. And then I wanted to try and clarify this beer a bit more, so I added some finings and then placed this in the fridge to settle, which also didn't really go exactly to plan too, as I think this kept fermenting in the fridge, albeit slowly, which kind of prevented the sediment from settling properly. So this did end up spending a lot more in the fridge than I originally planned. And even then, the sediment didn't really settle completely. But not wanting to drag this out any longer than it needs to be, I decided to very carefully siphon out as much of the sediment-free veggie beer as I could into a mini keg. And then connect my CO2 gas to the keg so that I can force carbonate this beer. So I gave the keg a little shake to get some of the gas into the beer, and then I set it in the fridge while still connected to the CO2 gas bottle for a couple of days. Today we are finally going to be tasting the vegetable broth beer. We have made the broth, we had put the hops in, we have fermented it, I have put it in the fridge after it only fermented to about 3, maybe 4%. Put it in the fridge to settle it down. Then I tried to siphon the clear liquid from the top. And then I added it to this keg and carbonated it. Now it has carbonated for maybe 2 to 3 days. Stuff got in the way, so I had to leave it for a bit longer than I originally planned for carbonation. But you know what? It just means it is definitely carbonated now. So it's time to attach the tap, pour us a glass, and see how it tastes. And if you want to know more about this sort of like little keg setup for carbonating beer and like any other drink, you can check out this short that I made. I'll link it up here. The only difference being that in that video, I used a different tap to this. This one I'm using what's called a Nuka tap, and it's just a tiny little beer tap that I can adjust the flow rate on so that I just have a little bit better control of how much beer comes out and how foamy it is. What I got to do though is just attach it to here and just open this valve up a little bit, get myself a glass, and let's try and pour ourselves a beer. Am I doing something wrong? Okay, I figured it out now. First, I'm just gonna clear this out. It smells like beer, but like, it smells like beer, but it's also kind of like a little bit like, has a bit of a food wastey smell to it. Extremely foamy. Let's see if we can adjust this. I'm gonna have to attach my gas line with a little bit of pressure just to be able to push this beer out. Let's try this out. I'm gonna add about 5 PSI. Now, hopefully this should work. I mean, if you like foam, it's got good foam. I guess I'll have to let this settle for a bit. In the meantime, try and adjust this so that I get just the right amount of flow. I think I'm getting there. I'm slowly getting there. All right, so for now, I guess this is kind of as good as we're gonna get. So let's just try this and see how it tastes. Let's try and actually add a bit more to this. Is that as good as I'm gonna get? Probably, just on the pour. I don't know what it is that I added in there that kind of smells a little bit sweet, but it smells beery, but it also just has like some weird vegetable-y notes to it, which, let's try some of the foam. Savory, interesting, but still bitter like beer. It's so weird because it's like a little bit crisp, but it's also like savory. It's bitter. It is refreshing, but at the same time, like I feel like I'm like, it's not beer, but it's also not like a vegetable stock, but it's also not like quite a soup, but it is kind of like a soup, but it is kind of like a beer, and it is kind of like vegetable stock. I didn't add any salt, but it's a little bit salty. It's also a little bit like Marmite-y, interestingly enough. But it's weirdly like addictive in a way. Like I keep wanting to just go back to it to like try it out more, to try and figure out what's going on in my mouth. You know what? Like, not a failure, also not a great success, but like somewhere right in the middle where it's like, it tastes like vegetable beer. But at the same time, it's like, Not amazing, it's not something you would sell. It's decent. I'm wondering if I can get a better pour out of this though, so let's try that before we end this video. I'm basically gonna end up using this entire keg just on trying to pour something that I can use for this video. Nope. What am I doing wrong? Do I just need to like choke the shit out of this so that not much can come out? Let's close this up completely. Little by little, open it back up again. Am I doing something wrong with this tap? Let's try the other fitting. I think I may have like over-carbonated this somehow. I can't do it. This will have to do. I've used up all my beer. So, that answers it. Can you make a beer out of vegetable broth? I will say you can. Will it taste good? Debatable. I think you've got to be very kind of picky with what vegetables you use. I kind of just threw in everything that I had going on. And you know what? There's no like real specific like flavor that you can pick out from like any one vegetable. So I think like you could make a pretty decent beer with vegetable broth if you chose the vegetables properly. So if you enjoyed this little experiment and you want to see me do some more, go ahead and leave some comments down below with any other ideas that you have that might be kind of fun or crazy to do. And if you haven't already, you can go ahead and subscribe and hit like and share. And I'll see you in the next one.